Everything happens on Wake Up Nigeria, but something big is coming your way. You should really watch this space.
And it starts right this moment. What we're saying is, your morning is about to pick up.
So, excellent morning to you, and thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for joining another experience on Wake Up Nigeria. Big hug to all of you.
It's been almost, just almost, a little bit, few days under 2 years of early morning commitment. And we want to say thank you for being there all the while. You are the real MVP. I am Mike Messikeno.
And I'm Titi Layo Oyinson. We're live streaming right now. Please note, the website is tvcontinental.tv and Facebook at TVC Connect. Please send in those comments, especially all the shout outs on our 2nd anniversary coming up. Yeah. Loads of goodies coming your way. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
Our app is also available for download on Android and iOS. You can watch us anywhere around the world, wherever you have internet connection.
Always add
We're available.
that part.
Okay.
That part is actually, we're not like...
Okay, let me make Titi smile now. I don't know why she went all. It's normal, so you should expect that.
One day
Let me make Titi smile now. Should I make Titi smile?
Without internet, one day.
Should I make Titi smile?
Why? How?
Okay, let's do it.
What?
Brown skin girl.
Really?
Yeah, the original brown skin, yeah? So it's trending that, you know, those that were formerly brown skin, due to some things that they did, when they hear the song, they're angry.
Yellow skin these days, so they want to go back to brown. Sorry, it's not possible.
Okay.
We have quite a lot of music, just like that song. Well, probably not as good as that song. Coming your way. But Kenny Kens is a Surulere boy with a professional musical career as far back as 2014. Now, he's going to be performing later on this morning on the show.
And I have some updates on latest technological inventions. Of course, Bill Gates is no longer the second richest man in the world. You might want to know who's first now. Stay tuned for tech updates. Right after that, we have another talent to display who does music and also models, man. This is one for the ladies. FX2 will be here to thrill them ladies.
Marianne Williamson has said that our deepest fear is not really that we're inadequate. It's that we're powerful beyond measure. And on this note, Stephen Omojuigwe will be talking about overcoming the fear of failure and success. Yes, sir. Powerful quotes there.
Now, there are certain things you should never do with your automatic transmission vehicle. Yomi Bosude will be in the house, and we'll be talking about 7 of those things later on the show.
Then we have 2 guests joining us from Afkar Printing and Publishing on SME segment today. Alan Ballard and Florence Falaye will be talking to us about story in the printing and publishing business. It's not the easiest business to go into. A lot of machines and permits and all sorts of stuff you need. I guess we'll be hearing from them in a bit.
So publishing a book is something really challenging. I've thought about doing so a few times. Well, you know, before you publish the book, you have to write it. And so you need to first create the time to write it.
So when writers are looking for a publisher, they're looking for someone to publish their book. But when publishers are looking for authors, they're looking for somebody whose book will not be too long, will not be too short, will be cool in this particular demographic, will be for this particular religion, this particular race, there's so many things they think about.
Someone sent me a book recently, and I thought it was very corny.
Oh, a corny book.
Yeah.
The title?
I'm not going to say the title.
Was it the title that was corny?
No, I read the book.
The whole book?
It's really corny.
It happened.
When they say, and she, it was too easy,
very cliche.
Very cliche. You know, there was nothing inspiring about the book, and I couldn't believe that I was still going on and on and on about
you read
it.
The book.
It was an inspirational piece, right?
No, it's not actually inspirational. Funny enough, it was a life story. So I was expecting her as a writer to be able to take me on a journey. I was expecting to go on a really deep journey with her, and then it turns out that it was just corny. You know?
All this
But
funny stuff.
meanwhile, welcome back. We missed
Oh
you.
yeah, I've been away.
back.
I'm getting a lot of DMs on my social media. People are like, "Where have you been? Where have you been?"
Yeah.
Well, I'm back, guys.
Welcome.
Hale and hearty,
Good.
strong
Great
and
one.
ready to take the show on a roll.
Okay. She ready?
Glad to hear.
She ready?
But,
Let's head over to the news now. Ibrahim is on standby.
The beauty about reading book and trying to find out facts and you're disappointed is really, really a journey you have really traveled, which you don't know, actually. Amen.
What a line. Are you on the Lion King, the gift album as well? Rapping, perhaps? Nice.
All right, welcome to the news. These are trying times for photographer Busola Dakolo and her singer husband, Timi Dakolo, as well as for Pastor Biodun Fatoyinbo. While the pastor is keeping quiet, the Dakolos are talking. Mr. Dakolo is alleging police have been intimidating them since his wife accused Mr. Fatoyinbo of rape and says his family's life is in danger. He addressed the news conference where our correspondent Theophilus Ilama was there.
Weeks after Busola Dakolo, wife of Nigerian singer Timi Dakolo, bravely accused Pastor Biodun Fatoyinbo of rape, the media space is buzzing again. Her allegations sparked off protests in Lagos and Abuja, the two cities having his church building. And when Nigerians thought the matter will move from the media to the courtroom, on Saturday, Timi Dakolo on Instagram raised an alarm that men with guns were seen positioned at his house. He wonders why police officers will wield guns to deliver a letter of invitation to the family.
Nobody comes to drop letter with guns. Nobody comes to drop letter with the tinted glasses, men with guns, trailing a car. You not just come to drop letter. If my wife has insisted at this, first of all, someone said, when they came into the compound, followed my wife into the compound, someone said, my Oga want to see you in the bus. She said, no, I don't know your Oga, who are you? And they now said they wanted to give us a letter, that the letter was, because I've seen the bus, where I live, from my upstairs, I can actually see the bus. The bus has been parked on my road for a long time, but it will not cross my mind. It will not cross my mind like, okay, these people are... So for the reason that as she came out from the road and entered the road, tried to enter my gate, the bus followed her and blocked my gate. It's a sign that these people they've been trailing and following her. So it's not that police came to just drop letter and go away.
Mr. Dakolo claims his family has been harassed and bullied and is accusing police of neither responding to their petition concerning the alleged rape nor inviting the pastor for questioning.
If I say a child is a naughty child, it's not a crime. We're not giving details of the supposed case. There was no address for the police interview, and no response has been given to us on our petition that has been filed for almost a month.
The Dakolos say their privacy is under threat, and that is why these activists are giving their support to the family.
Busola came forward and spoke not just for herself, but every woman who has been sexually abused by anyone of authority, first in the church, and next in any position at all. She lent her voice as for voice and hoped that by her sacrifice, other Nigerian women will find the courage to speak up, stand out, find justice, and be healed.
And I'm here not because of celebrity. You see comments, oh, celebrities come together. Josephine is here. I've worked for people that I don't even know. When it comes to rape, when it comes to a woman who is being vilified, who is being abused, I stand up for them. It's not about Busola or Timi. And for sure, I know they don't need fame or popularity because they already have it.
Despite this, the Dakolos say they are ready to follow this case to its logical conclusion in court. Theophilus Ilama, TVC News, Lagos.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has heeded the call of residents to rehabilitate roads with potholes and failed portions. The governor visited a Jew road in Fagba, which is being rehabilitated, and promised to start work on Ishao Road in Ikorodu and the Penn Cinema flyover in Agege. Our correspondent Adedoje Salawadini reports.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's talks on his first executive order, which charged the State Public Works Corporation to immediately commence the identification and repairs of all potholes and bad roads within the state, is now in action. This inspection took the governor's team to Iju Road at Ifako-Ijaye local government area. The road has been in a terrible state that motorists spent hours from Fagba to Pen Cinema and Pen Cinema to Iju. Now rehabilitation works is ongoing.
We can see that there are immediate relief that are coming, to all of the areas that they are working currently. And we'll probably just continue to encourage them and give them all the support we can give to them from our own side.
The governor also promised to commence work on Ishawu Road by August.
If not this month, by the month of August, the contractor will be fully mobilized back to site for those two roads, the Igbobo and Ishawu Road. The Pen Cinema Bridge, which is also not too far off from here. And we're hoping that the contractor too will be mobilized to go back to site. So once we're able to push those three critical roads, we believe relief will come, at least to the residents of those areas.
The Lagos State government says it's working on 100 roads and has released helplines to assist residents report failed portion of roads in their area. Adedoja Salama Deniyi, TVC News, Lagos.
And 4 Turkish nationals have been abducted by an armed gang at a local drinking joint in Gbale village, Kwara State. The victims are workers of Istanbul Concrete Limited, Gbale. Commissioner of Police Kayode Egbetokun has dispatched teams under Operation Puff Adder to the area to rescue the expatriates and arrest their abductors. And that's the news update for this hour. Weather update is up next.
All right, it's time for the newspaper headlines right here on Week of Nigeria.
I hope they didn't catch us gossiping.
Well, we were so busy gossiping. Like, Mike's face was like, what's going on? You guys should take the newspaper headlines. Okay. But it's all right. Okay, all right. So you have the first one.
Yes, I do. I have the Nation newspaper here. And it says here, Alaafin to Buhari, arrest Nigeria's slide to anarchy. Big story there. And there's a quote there that should really interest you. It says here, Falana, Balarabe, Musa, caution against ethnic profiling. Continued on page 6. Traders swindle Nigerian pilgrims in Saudi Arabia. Page 5 there has more information.
Oh, wow.
Traffic robber lynched. Also some really troubling news on the cover of The Nation. It also says here, 2 trillion naira projects, erring contractors to face trial. Edo crisis, Oyegun, Oshomole clash. Gunmen kidnap 4 Turkish in Kwara. Funke Olakunri for burial. And it says Chinese club upset with Igalo. Then finally, Otedola picks Sadiq Daba's medical bill. That's what we have on the cover of The Nation.
I'm interested in that Igalo story. I wonder what happened. I haven't been following up recently. Okay, so we're moving on to the Guardian newspaper now. And this says, CBN to ban $1.2 billion yearly forex for milk, other dairy products. Ask operators to invest in ranches as MAN, LCCI urge caution. Ranching disruption to successful pastoralist models, say operators. And up here, we see Alaafin of Oyo petitions President Buhari over insecurity. That news on page 7. No local airline can survive 26% interest rate, regulatory hostility, dirty aeropolitics for long. So I guess that's the big story on the Monday interview for today. Investors count losses as stock markets wobbles under unending illiquidity, low confidence. And here, PDP asked Buhari to explain alleged missing $1 billion excess fund. APC defers comment. All of these stories you'll find in the Guardian newspaper today.
We also have the Vanguard newspaper this morning, and it says here on insecurity, Alaafin writes Buhari blasts security chiefs, says security apparatus overstretched, rustic. 4 Turkish nationals kidnapped by 6-man gang in Kwara. Christian Elders Forum urges governors to use Hisbah model for state police. That story continues on page 5. The presidency, PDP, trade words over $1 billion ECA security fund. It also says here on page 10, the story about this. Stop appointing indicted people, ASU tells Buhari. That's an interesting one there. It says on Financial Vanguard, core investor takeovers loom as insurance industry recapitalizes. Edo Assembly crisis, stop disgracing APC, Edo Oyegun tells Oshomole. And then finally, on the Koza issue, Dakolo raises alarm over attempt to abduct wife. That's what we have on the cover of the Vanguard.
That was a big one over the weekend. All right, moving on to the Daily Sun newspaper now. We have GOC under house arrest over stolen 400 million naira to be moved to Abuja for further questioning. Army keeps mom. Now, insecurity, Alaafin petitions Buhari, Balarabe Musa Falana call for rejig of security structure. Down here we see again Oyegun Oshiomhole clash. APC chair involved in anti-party activities coming from Oyegun. I won't respond to Lucky, APC chair says. Akwa Ibom Tribunal, INEC REC instructed me to cancel Akpabio's votes. That's coming from a witness. Koza, police explain invitation of Timi Dakolo wife. Down here, Bauchi Assembly crisis, anxiety as reps conclude reports. And here we see a reception by stakeholders in the maritime industry in honor of Amechi in Lagos. That's what this photo story here is about. So that's what we have on the front page of the Daily Sun newspaper today. I think we have
time for this day newspaper. It says here, Buhari committed to ending insecurity, says Osinbajo. Alaafin warns of looming anarchy over siege to Yoruba land. Tinubu says, let's rally to end criminality. Balarabe Musa Falana urged president to consider confab reports. There's also a story on the cover of this day saying, army to Boko Haram, surrender now or be crushed. Special forces locate missing aid workers, arrest informants. Appoint ministers now, Afenifere Pandef Ohaneze tell Buhari. No restrictions on banks, just above the masthead here. From investing in treasury bills, says CBN. And finally, on electricity, right at the top, federal government new supply, federal government negotiates new supply terms with Benin and Niger republics. That's what we have on the cover of this day.
Yeah, because, you know, when you go to those countries, you have regular power supply, and we are the ones supplying them. So I guess certain contracts have to be renegotiated.
Oh, wow. I don't know. I really don't know what the situation is there. I think I should really do some research on that particular story myself. But it's about time for us to take a quick break.
And of course, we'll return with the traffic situation in Lagos. Stay with us.
Hello and good morning once again. Welcome to the traffic update. And you can note that you can also be part of this segment by sending a message to us on Instagram, Facebook, or even Twitter. Let us know what your traffic situation is wherever your neighborhood is in Lagos so we can update the people. And I like to start my updates from the island because, I don't know, it just gives me this, you know, feeling of empathy when I try to connect with people coming from Ajah all the way into Victoria Island. Now, if you are coming from that particular area of Lagos right now, expect quite a journey ahead of you. It's a long one, people. It's a long one. Traffic has begun on the roads, but if you're coming from Ajah, you'll have free road until you get to around Chevron, Chevy View junctions. That particular, it's still a roundabout, right? I think it's a traffic light now. It's no longer a roundabout. That junction is quite tense right now, but you might decide to take an alternative route and take somewhere inside one of the estates and come out again if it's allowed. For those that are coming out of those estates, quite a lot of estates around there, you might be able to skip about 10 to 15 minutes of the traffic and come out a little later on around on the expressway. But there's still quite a lot of traffic if you're coming from Lekki, actual Lekki bus stop. So Lekki's bus stop is also called Jakande. So Jakande bus stop all through there, all the way down through Circle Mall, all the way down to Tickle Bay, all the way through the express is blocked right now. It's going to take you about an hour, 30 minutes for you to get from Ajah all the way to Victoria Island. Once you pass the Lekki Phase 1 toll gate, it should be a little bit freer until you get to around Civic Center. Then you have a little bit more tension. But that's the traffic update for between Ajah to Victoria Island. Before I go further, I'm wondering if has some updates for us. It's been a while that she's done a traffic update with us.
Wow, are you serious?
I miss you.
Okay, yeah, no traffic update yet here, but on my way to the office this morning, there was a bit of traffic. I got to the office later than usual. Yeah, but yeah, so someone here is saying that if you can just avoid Oba Akran Road, works ongoing at the moment. So Oba Akran, I'm sure that's in the Ikeja axis of Lagos State, yeah?
Yeah, just
Oba Akran, that's
yeah,
Ikeja.
so someone is asking, saying that, you know, there's ongoing work going on right now, and people should avoid that this morning. So, okay, yes, so yes, Ajay Farm Inward Along is busy at the moment. And this was about 5:50 a.m. this morning. And National Inward Bolade Oshodi is good to go. Well, that was at about 5:52 a.m. this morning. Cement Inward Mangoro is good to go, but busy approaching the pedestrian bridge because of narrowness of the road and activities at the bus stop. And this came in at 5:53 a.m. this morning. Alausa Secretariat back to Allen en route. Ikeja is good to go. And, oh, so someone is talking here about an accident that happened at the Lekki roundabout this morning. And, oh, sorry about that. It's very important for people to please drive carefully and, like,
yeah,
really
the report here says Fluffy Panda, this was retweeted by Giddy Traffic, says, I just saw a bus somersault at Lekki roundabout. Yeah. It landed upside down on the road. It happened so fast like a movie, and it's filled with people. That corner from a toll gate facing the roundabout is very dangerous, and he was on speed. So I hope something is being done.
Really sad.
Yeah, quite
Really sad.
Yeah. That's a really sad one there. Hopefully the authorities are watching. People that can help douse the situation are right there, hopefully as quickly as possible to help out. Let's give you a few more traffic updates. Now, if you're heading east from Lasu area of Lagos, so that's Iba or Jo area, heading towards Orile, Igomu area of Lagos, you're going to have quite a bit of traffic, especially around the Iyanoba Road, the junction that comes right at the Iyanoba junction right there is really tense, and you should expect about 15-20 minutes of a hold-up right there. You're also going to have another hold-up around Coca bus stop. Coca bus stop is actually notorious for having traffic, but it clears up around the Trade Fair Road, and then by the time you get to the Trade Fair complex itself, you get stuck again. So just expect pockets of traffic along the Lagos-Badagry Expressway. Also expect some tension around 2nd Avenue Junction, which is Alakija bus stop, and heading all the way down. If you decide to edge into Festac and take 2nd Avenue Road, you will have a better time of it. and possibly go past Amuwo Odofin, it might be a little bit easier on you traffic-wise. But by the time you get to mile 2, you have a lot of free road, and you should get to Orile in about an hour, 21 minutes.
Oh, okay.
That's what we have when it comes to traffic updates in Lagos.
All right.
What are we talking about, you guys?
Well, quite a number of things trending right now. We have hashtag Monday morning motivation. We have hashtag Monday morning. We have brown skin girl challenge. And it seems like everyone is going crazy about this brown skin girl business. Apparently, you're supposed to show off your brown skin. That's the idea of brown skin girl
and then
challenge.
You now bronze it with a lot of bronzer.
Please just love yourself. If you are white, you are fake white, you are black. The most important thing is to love yourself, love your body, love what you have. That's what counts.
Mike is a true definition of brown skin. So what we're going to do is get a bronzer
Mike is not
and
brown
bronze up
skin.
that brown skin. Make it shine.
Mike is black.
It's all about the melanin right now.
Polish shine.
Yeah, but we're talking about the girls, so brown skin girls.
Men are doing brown skin challenge. You've not
doing
seen
it
the
too.
men. They wear their knickers.
I'm sure Mike is on that one.
They take a mirror selfie and they pose, and I'm like, wow.
It's just
I'm
really
here for
interesting
this. I'm
how
here for this.
pop culture changes things. I'm telling you, this is now going to be a new fad. I have a feeling people are going to be dropping their brightening creams and brightening soaps for a bit. Even if it's just for a while, they're going to be dropping them somewhere. Or what do you think, Mike?
I would say, first of all, that song is on point. I mean, you had Blue Ivy start the song, Wizkid came in. It's like, for a number of people, it's like the best song on that album.
No.
For a lot of people.
For a lot of people.
Yeah,
you know,
a lot
it's
of
the best
people
song on that album.
Yeah.
But then, you know, the issue now is that mostly East African artists are now going up against West African artists. So they're going up on Beyonce. Why didn't you?
Wow.
Like, why didn't you?
Wow.
Because, so when she was done, she said it's a love letter to Africa. And I can maybe understand a bit why they are pissed off. She said it's a love letter to Africa. And we had like, what, 5 Nigerians or not?
6.
Okay,
6
so
Nigerians.
So when you think of why
One
is Africa
Ghanaian.
dividing themselves? Why is there a South Africa and East Africa? Why
No,
is
we
Africa?
Because there's always been a South, West, East, and North Africa, and even Central. It's always been like that. So if you're saying you're dedicating something to Africans, and then you now take 6 alone from West Africa, I cannot blame them for fighting back. But you see my issue with that. My own issue is not even
xenophobia thing all over again.
No, it has
Really?
not. It's not that deep.
It's not that deep yet.
It's not.
When you think about it, we're all
So-
brown-skinned. We're all from Africa. We're all from the same continent. People from each country, each sector of Africa were taken as slaves to America. All of them suffered the same suffer. Why are we still dividing ourselves?
Well, you know something,
We just
what you just
expected
said
a
now,
fair
just to
share.
digress a bit, it just reminded me of something. How former slaves from the US, if you recall, settled in Liberia and were now dominating the locals there as well. Like they now enslaved. In fact, that's
Okay,
a story
when you
for
think
another day.
about it-
Anyway,
when you think about it, yes, they have a right to speak up, but they shouldn't really make that much of a role. As in, she dedicated a whole album to Africa.
So, but which
Come on
is
now.
your favorite if you've listened? Which is your favorite
Keys to
song?
the Kingdom.
Okay, Keys to
really?
Kingdom. Okay, that's
Keys
yours.
to the Kingdom by
Tiwa
Tiwa
Savage,
Savage.
yeah, Tiwa Savage.
And Mr. Easy, I really like
Really?
that one. That's my favorite.
Well, yours, which is yours?
So me, I like the ones that anything that James Earl Jones puts his voice to. The intro of the album. So the skits are what I look out for.
what you look out for.
Yeah, I didn't look out for the actual music.
the
I looked
actual
out
music.
for the
This-
production, the sequencing of all the songs. That was what I liked. So I didn't pick any particular song. I just listened to the whole flow and it
And I
really-
also
So
like
I know-
the fact that
okay.
Burna Boy had like a whole
Track on
song,
his
like a
own,
whole
yeah.
track to himself. It was really nice. I mean, Burna Boy is. I am impressed. I am impressed. I mean, from the minute Burna Boy became an artist, I mean, from his first single, I knew that he had potentials, to grow in the industry, even though he was very persistent. It took a really, really long time. Like, if you had to look at Burna Boy's journey, like, it took a really long time. And he's at that place where he's blooming, and I'm really loving every bit of it. Really.
okay, so for me, that album, I'm not going to talk about where the foreign artists were featured on. I'm going to focus on where Nigerian artists are featured on. So I've listened over and over again to all the songs the Nigerian artists featured on, and I'm absolutely unimpressed.
Oh wow!
From
Mary.
all of them. So the one that almost even made sense to me was Burna Boy. And I'll tell you why I'm not impressed. I've listened to all 6 of them, their individual songs as artists. And I felt like their artistic ability was clamped in those songs. Like, what do you mean by snake don't swing with monkey? Excuse me. Oh, you've not heard that one? The one by Techno, Mr. Easy, and Yemi Alade. Okay. Kindergarten lyrics.
Wow.
And even Jare, if you listen to Jare...
Is that one I didn't expect anything less.
No. It's not about that. Even Jare, if you listen to Jare, you know how Burna Boy crafts his lyrics. It was lacking.
Majority of our hit songs, do they have lyrics?
Exactly. And then when you now have a Yemi Alade and a Techno, if you listen to the lyrics of their songs, exactly.
I disagree.
You now see Yemi Alade, you have big ties.
I disagree. Oh, so you've been aiming the ties. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, she has a beef with Yemi Alade because of Yemi Alade's
Absolutely not.
Think about it.
So that, for me personally, it was a very, very inspiring work of art for me. Brown Skin Girl and Spirit, they go for my. They are tied there.
I love Spirit
1
and
and 2.
Spirit and Kiss to the Kingdom,
like,
my favorite.
I'm thinking that Beyonce will do a video for Brown Skin Girl. I wish she would.
Yeah, she would
I want her to
definitely do that
do so.
now.
You know, let her do a video for Brown Skin Girl.
I think
like,
she would.
you know, the song really, I don't know, man. Like, I felt Whiskey like I've not felt him in quite a while.
And then people were going after the video. Why? Come on.
See, you know what?
Everybody does not have to be on the track.
We have to wrap it up, though. But if you haven't heard the Spirit album, hey, we're not promoting it, but it's worth listening to.
Is it the Spirit or
But we have to take a quick break, and we will return shortly. It's Wake Up Nigeria.
Stay with us and listen to the album.
Wow.
Like it's all about music this morning. It's time for us to give you our very first performance today on Wake Up Nigeria, and it's by none other than Kenny Kezi. Hi. Well, Kenny Kezi is a recording and performing artist, popularly known as the Surulere Mafia. Please, it's okay. It's okay. Now, that's because of his enigmatic stage performances. His first single was Bless Me, which he released in 2014, and he has since gone on to release a host of others. It's time for him to bring some of that stage presence with fire. All right, I hope you're not going to burn this place down. It's not raining today, so we don't have any way of saving ourselves. So you wrote Fire.
Yeah.
You also wrote the first one you...
produced Bless Me.
Bless Me.
Yeah.
You produced it yourself?
No, it was produced by Don Triple Cell.
Okay. Is it the same person who produced Fire?
No, it was a different person.
Okay. Have you done any major collaborations?
Yeah, I'm currently working with Lighter, which is titled The Way. That is what I'm currently working on now. But I've done all that featuring Ablis, Kimblings, and other artists like that.
Oh, nice. So who are your biggest music influences? Locally, that's in Nigeria, and foreign, of course, internationally.
Yeah, no, right now I don't listen to foreign music. I listen to Nigerian music, African music.
Okay, can you give me one or two of your music influences?
Yeah, one, Wizkid.
Yeah. You know, Wizkid is not a local artist anymore. Like 6 of them, they are no more local. They are international artists now. So, Wizkid and who?
Yeah, Wizkid, Zlatan, Burna Boy.
Okay, all right then. So we'll allow you give us some fire in here.
Sure, yeah.
All right, take it away.
Yeah, thank you.
Surulere Mafia. Kenny Kezi, mama.
Quick.
Baby, Pico, no de fire, oh. Baby, no de fire, oh. Ungazi Inkechi, them like to fire, oh. Them like to fire, oh. Baby, to the fire, oh. I said, baby, Pico, wire, oh, baby, Pico, wire, oh. Ungazi Inkechi, I said, Pico, wire, baby, Pico, wire, oh. Baby get it fans, baby get the money, baby, get it rounds. No be South, baby, baby, no they frown. Now pretty baby, on that way they gown. She go shake your body, I go give you crown. As my queen, you be, no go let it down. For your trust on me, we go enter town. Jolly plenty for you, all the bill of round. We go pull for you, yeah, baby, baby. Baby, baby, caro, 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 baby. Carry my money, go bodo, ibo. Oh yeah, baby, skin popo. I say baby, skin pepe. Oh yeah, shaku for me, make us spray you money. I say baby, go no day fire, oh. Ah, hey, baby, no day fire, oh. Ungazi inkechi, them like to fire, oh. Them like to fire, oh. Baby, today fire, oh. I say baby, go, wire, oh. Wire, oh, baby, go, wire, oh. Ungazi inkechi, I say go, wire. Go, wire, baby, go, wire, oh. Ungozi don't carry belle, oh, Nkechi don't dey laugh am, oh, my brother don't buy moto, my sister don't dey do a wedding, all my niggas don't get the money, make we dey jollificate, oh, I say baby, go no dey fire, oh, baby, no dey fire, oh. Ungazi Nkechi, them like to fire, oh. Them like to fire, oh. Baby, to the fire, oh. I say baby, go, wire, oh. Wire, oh. Baby, go, wire, oh. Ungazi Nkechi, I say go, wire. Go, wire, oh. Baby, go, wire, oh. Dance, oh baby, everything you want, oh baby, me I go give, oh baby, plenty money, oh baby, you know, I know, she know, we know, Johnny for you, I swear, baby, oh yeah, second, oh yeah, burupa, baby, sukusu, oh yeah, pim.
Great way to start the Monday morning. Wonderful performance there. Let's get straight to some updates in the tech world. Now, Harley-Davidson will release its first production electric motorcycle, the Livewire, in September. Founded in 1903, Harley-Davidson opened a Silicon Valley office in 2018 with plans to add a future line of electric vehicles, from motorcycles to bicycle scooters. Now, with these moves, HD joins a list of established transportation companies that are redefining themselves in the transformation of global mobility. Now, TechCrunch talked to the company's senior management on the EV pivot and got a chance to test the Livewire on New York's Formula E racetrack. The battery-powered Harley-Davidson motorbike will do 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3 seconds, go 110 mph and charge to 100% in 60 minutes. It goes for $29,799. Now, the motorcycle's 15.5 kilowatt battery and magnet motor produce 105 horsepower and 86 feet-pounds of torque for a city range of 146 miles and 95 for combined city and highway riding. So, you motorbike freaks, this is purely electric, no fuel, no diesel. Yeah, you might want to check that one out. Okay, then if you do have an electric motorcycle, you'll be thinking about where to charge it. Well, Tesla has opened a massive next-generation electric vehicle charging station in Las Vegas that combines the company's core products into one sustainable energy ecosystem. Now, it's fulfilling a vision CEO Elon Musk laid out nearly 3 years ago. The new V3 supercharger, which supports a peak rate of up to 250 kilowatts, is designed to dramatically cut charging times for its electric vehicles. Tesla unveiled its first V3 supercharger in March at its Fremont, California factory. The second V3 supercharger is located in Hawthorne, California, near the Tesla Design Studio. Now, both of these locations, which were initially used as test sites, but lack 2 key Tesla products. This new location in Las Vegas is considered the first V3 supercharger. It's notable, and not just because of the size. There are 39 total chargers in all. They also use Tesla solar panels and its power pack batteries to generate and store the power needed to operate the chargers. The result is a complete system that generates its own energy and passes it along to thousands of Tesla vehicles. Great one there, great one there. They're making it happen. Well, moving on from that. Now you know that there are 3 people on the planet with fortunes greater than $100 billion. One is the world's current richest tycoon, tech man Jeff Bezos, founder and CEO of Amazon. Another one is Bill Gates, co-founder, tech also, Microsoft, who was the world's second richest human until now. Now, by last week, the newest claimant of a number 2 slot, according to Bloomberg's Billionaires Index, is the final man that you see there, the $100 billion club. He just joined Bernard Arnault, chairman and CEO of LVMH. Arnault and his family are the majority owners of Christian Dior and LVMH, parent of such brands as Louis Vuitton, Celine, Fondy, Moet, Hennessy, Dom Perignon, and others. Now, Dior is now under LVMH too, but it was held separately until 2017. Now, as LVMH's share price has soared this year, so has Arnault's worth. It now stands at about $107.6 billion, more than $200 million ahead of Gates, Bloomberg estimates. So there you have it. He's the man, LVMH. And then there's some update on social media here. Instagram is strengthening its moderation policies and adding a new alert that will warn people who violate rules when their account is close to being deleted. Now, the alert will show users a history of the posts, comments, and stories that Instagram has had to remove from the account, as well as why they were removed. Now, this is how it plays out. If you post something that goes against the guidelines, now your account will be deleted, the page reads. Now, Instagram will give users a chance to appeal its moderation decisions directly through the alert, rather than having to go through its help page on the web. Now, only some types of content will be able to appeal at first, such as pictures removed for nudity or hate speech. And Instagram plans to expand the available content appeal. Now, the change will help clarity for users why they are in trouble and should remove the shock of suddenly finding that your account has vanished. So, breaking it down, what it means is that Instagram will ahead of time tell you that, hey, you are going against the rules, you're going against our guidelines. They will send you alerts. Now, in those alerts, you can, of course, dispute what the decision to warn you. You can dispute it. But if your dispute doesn't go through, then probably like 2 more strikes, it's quite a number of strikes, about 3 maximum, and your account will be taken down. Normally, prior to this time, I mean, you just go online and you don't see your account if you've, violated their guidelines and all of that. But this time, they're going to give you a warning. So, hey, you have been warned. For those of you who love Instagram, and of course, almost everybody should be there. But hey, come on, now you've been warned. Your account will be taken down after giving alerts, not just automatically. All right? That's all on Tech Updates for this Monday. Don't go nowhere. A whole hour has gone by. And of course, we have the second hour coming up. We have motivation. We have automatics, quite a lot. There's, of course, the kitchen also. You don't want to miss any of that. We'll be right back. Hello again, it's Monday morning, and it's already looking like we ain't got no worries
for the rest of your days. Woo!
It's the problem-free
philosophy. Hakuna Matata. Yeah, even if your Monday has been dry so far, not to worry. We are that breakfast show that's gonna chase away all those Monday blues for you. Even if we have to sing to you throughout the show, we'll make sure that you get your day started the right way.
Don't mind my voice. Don't mind my voice. Just.
What?
I'm thinking about, you know, when you're in the shower and you're singing, you know how the voice sounds? Sounds like you are the best singer.
Yeah,
in the
like
world.
the way it sounds when you're in the bathroom.
But
and
then
you're
you come
singing.
out and it's not so much. But then, hey, come on. There's still so much more to look ahead on the show. And we hope you had a wonderful weekend. Did you have a wonderful weekend?
I did my best. You know, I did my best. Weekends could be longer, you know. Maybe it should be 3 days instead of 2.
Yeah, there are
then it'd be
countries like
better. They
But
are
then
actually funny enough.
I did. I had a restful weekend. I am Mike Mexicano.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. We're streaming live on tvcontinental.tv. That's our website. Then facebook.com/TVC Connect.
Great.
Please send in those comments. Use them on all the social media platforms. Just, we're there everywhere. You can't see us. We are there. Wake Up Nigeria on TVC is the hashtag.
All right, now there's something quite exclusive which you can get us. That's our app. It's available for you to download on Android and iOS stores. It allows you to watch us anywhere around the world. You can also interact with us via the app. Of course,
indeed.
you definitely need internet connection. You do.
Mike,
You do.
one day an internet provider will just sponsor that your statement.
As in,
That's the goal, Abi.
Wow.
That's the goal.
That's the goals.
Maybe it's AT&T from the US will come here to sponsor.
I am telling you,
But
man.
we have Chef Ify. She's in the building, bright and early, to give us some breakfast ideas.
Yes, she is. Good morning, Chef Ify. Welcome.
Thank you.
Guys, you have no idea what she's going to make this morning. I mean, this is what you call the real local delicacy.
Local delicacy.
So we're not spilling the beans yet, but you have to stay tuned.
So, you know, Chef Ify was talking about a plate there or something. About somebody on a plate there. I don't know.
Mike, there's a plate with your name on it somewhere.
Is there?
I know.
Oh, I'm fasting. Fasting. It's Monday morning. Well, well, we're looking forward to what they have there. Now, it is said that the past is vital to the future. Well,
we'll have FX2 joining us to perform right here on the show.
Then, on motivation this Monday morning, Stephen Omojibe will be giving out some selling points on overcoming the fear of failure and success. Now, that will be motivation that will push us through this week.
Yes, indeed. We need it. We need it. Maintenance is vital to longevity when it comes to a car. Yomi Bosode is going to be discussing 7 things you should never do with an automatic transmission vehicle. Yeah, a lot of people driving automatic cars these days. A lot of people avoiding the stick shift. I wonder why.
And now, 2 guests will be joining us on our SME segment from AFCAR Printing and Publishing Company Limited. Alan Ballard and Florence Falaye will be here with us to talk to us about the experience of running a company as such in Nigeria.
Yes, indeed.
They will.
Quite a lot.
They will.
Quite a
So,
lot on today's show.
Cardi B.
There's a viral picture.
Yeah, so Cardi B tattooed Offset's name on her body, right? After everything that has happened, you know, and you feel like she's a very woke person. And, you know, with the guy and not rumors now, he has apologized for cheating at different times, and you know that most of the time it doesn't stop and all that. But, you know, in spite of all the Oshelenge she did on the outside, not accepting him, he coming up on stage with the flowers and everything for a very long time, she has now tattooed his name. So what happens if she now gets angry?
You know,
and Baba cheats and she gets angry again?
I used to have a friend who had one of her boyfriend's name tattooed on her waist.
One of her?
Yes. And no, at the time he was her boyfriend. And then they broke up, and then she had to like tattoo another name on it to cover it.
Oh no.
So it looks really awkward.
Oh gosh.
So maybe that's what Cardi B would do.
I actually didn't think about that aspect of it, the story. I thought about the place she tattooed it. So she tattooed it in the back of her thigh.
Somewhere around?
Such that it can only be seen if she's in a baby's crawling position. You know, as I'm just describing.
Well, that's quite visual.
It can only, so it can only be seen at that point in time. So she has to be on all 4s before you can read the name.
Oh, good.
Thank you very much. So I'm going to ask you watching, when was the last time you exercised? Be frank with us. When was the last time you exercised? That's one of the reasons why you should always tune in to Wake Up Nigeria every single day, where we help you kickstart your week and, of course, your day. Yes, so here with me in the kitchen this morning is Chef Ify. And this morning, guys, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? We are going local. Yes, so she's making jollof agidi this morning on the show. So let's talk about the ingredient before we really go into what agidi is.
Okay.
Right? Great.
All right, so today we are using our pap, raw pap, then biscuit bone, our spices.
Yeah.
Crayfish, curry,
seasoning,
salt.
Okay.
And then our pepper sauce.
Which is cooking already?
Which is cooking.
Okay.
And then our leaf for wrapping.
What do you call this leaf?
That's moi leaf.
Moi leaf. Well, you know, actually, we are going to research what this leaf is called.
Yes.
Yes, we have to really research what this leaf is
Yes.
called. Because I also hear that it has some really, really amazing nutritional benefits.
It adds some taste
and aroma to whatever it is you're wrapping it. Yeah. And then we have our cucumber and our cabbage.
Yes, for side.
Garnish.
Yes.
All right. So let's get to what agidi is. So this morning, Chef Ify and I actually had an argument about what agidi is. And I was asking her, what is the English name of agidi? And she said she doesn't know what she doesn't think it has an English name. Guess what, people? Agidi is just pap, corn.
Corn.
That's it. Actually, I didn't even know that. Well, that's because growing up, actually, I really was never a fan. I've never been a fan of agidi or, you know, echo. But then the white one, and for me to find out that it's actually just corn.
Yes.
Fermented corn that you just leave for 3 days, it ferments, and then
blend and
blend,
then
exactly.
sieve.
So you make it, so the cream pudding is actually what is called agidi.
Yes.
It's actually also called corn jealous.
Or corn starch.
Or corn starch. But corn jealous, basically, because when you know, ferment it, all of that. All right, so great stuff happening on the show, guys. Just in case you're just joining us, we are making corn jealous jollof this morning. Stay with us, there's more to come, people.
All right, it's time for our second performance for today. And this time is by FX2. That sounds like sound effects. No. Okay, so it's the second sound effect. Innocent Alfred, that's his name. He is a music artist with a diploma in computer engineering. Now, he has a couple of songs to his credit, such as Special Feeling and Loving Sweet. He's also a model and a hairstylist. You styled your hair yourself?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay, so he's about to perform Special Feeling for us this morning. So did the special feeling come from modeling or from hairstyling or just the music itself?
No, for the love I have for women.
You see?
Love
And that's
I
even
have
out
for
of
women.
everything. So we're not talking about the music or the hairstyling or the modeling, but the love you have for women.
Yes, of course, because they are very much important to us.
Ah, so they give you a special feeling.
Yes.
Okay, so the love you have for women, is it zoned to one woman or... Because this is for women, not for a woman.
I think for now I have to keep that private.
Aha!
Yes, the love I have for women is general love.
General,
for
it is a modeling thing. Okay, so why music? Why are you doing music alongside your hairstyling business and your modeling? Why music as well?
Okay, music. I didn't just go into music because other people are doing music. No, I inherited it from my family.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
okay.
Especially from my mom's side, we have local musicians from our family. So I think I inherited it from there.
So that was where the music thing started.
Yes.
Okay,
why the stylist thing? You know, at first music wasn't going smoothly. You need money to promote yourself and all that.
Yes.
So I don't just want to be a nuisance just in the name of chasing my career.
Good.
So I have to go for something else so that I can finance myself.
Fantastic. I have to applaud you for that. So professionally, how long have you been doing music?
Music, I say 2008, but professionally 2010.
2010. So you've been hustling this thing for 9 years now.
Yes, of course.
Oh, wow. So what genre of music would you classify your kind of music as? Or is it all kinds of music you do?
No, I do Afro-pop with an infusion of reggae and R&B.
Afro-pop, one, with an infusion of reggae,
and
two, and R&B, three.
Yeah.
I would like to hear your sound. I would really like to hear your sound. So the one you're performing for us today, that Special Feeling, under what is it? Is it the fusion of R&B or the...
Both.
Oh, so it has
Afro-pop,
everything.
yeah,
Afro-pop,
just-
reggae, R&B.
I just want to sell myself out first.
By
then-
packaging everything together.
Before we do the big body and the rest.
Correct. So if you were to have an opportunity to do a collaboration with any artist, mention one person you'd like to do a collab with. Doesn't have to be a Nigerian artist. It could be an African artist or just general. One person.
African artist, I say Akon.
Akon?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm going to be listening to your song now and see where Akon can fit into it.
No problem.
All right, then. So we're going to let sound effects. Okay, I had to just throw that in. But we are going to allow FX2 to perform right now.
I got a special thing for you. Lala, smoke the music. Baby, I got a special thing for you. I'm looking at a picture of you in my mind. A beauty you only given I can never find. Slowly become a special feeling.
All right, thank you very much, FX2, for that one. Beautiful, beautiful song. I loved every bit of it. Thank you so much. All right, we are in the kitchen, guys. Guess what? Chef Ify is making jollof agidi. Yes, that's jollof corn jollof. Yeah, so just in case you're wondering what corn jollof is actually the English name for agidi. I didn't even know that agidi is an Igbo name. I didn't know that. I thought it was Yoruba.
I think it's Yoruba too, because Yorubas call it agidi.
Okay, so I think Yorubas call it eko. Then Igbos call it agidi.
But in general, people call it agidi.
Agidi,
yes.
Right? Okay, so let's talk about the ingredients we're working with this morning.
Okay, so we are using our pap.
That's our corn.
Starch.
Or maize,
Anyone.
A fermented one. But basically, it's like getting pap.
Yes.
It's like going to buy ogi.
Yes.
Yeah, right? Okay.
Then we are using our biscuit bone.
Yeah.
Salt, curry, seasoning, and then the leaf.
Yeah.
And then this is just a side vegetable.
Okay.
So
very well.
simple.
I'm really looking forward to this meal, guys. I
Very,
promise
very
you,
simple.
I am looking forward to this meal. So right now, our pepper and tomatoes are cooking?
Cooking, yes.
Right. And earlier on, you added crayfish.
Crayfish, yes.
Okay. So what's next?
The seasoning is going in. So I just wanted to.
So Chef
fry
Ify
it.
says that with this meal, it is very, very, very key that you use biscuit bone.
Yes.
I really don't understand how that works and why.
Without biscuit bone, it won't be agidi jollof. It won't be jollof agidi.
Oh, really?
Anyone.
So it's like, so you have to specifically go ask for biscuit bone if you're making jollof agidi.
If you buy agidi jollof, that's the jollof one without this biscuit bone, then
it's not complete.
It's not complete.
Are you
I don't know why, but just like that.
All right. Okay, so right now so once our tomato paste is ready, what's next?
The biscuit bone goes in with the stock.
Okay, and then?
That is just it. Then we have to prepare this starch.
Okay, so what's the process for making the
starch?
Corn?
Okay, you do it different ways. You can boil water and make. You
like
can
you're
just,
making ogi?
Yeah, but you can just dissolve it, add water and put on the fire and then
stir
until
it becomes really thick.
Yes.
Okay, like making a cream pudding.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then?
We wrap.
So at what point does the tomato paste go in?
When it gets thick, you now add it.
Oh.
And then keep stirring. Yes.
Okay. And then it's like moi moi.
Moi moi, yes.
Oh, nice. So basically it's like making moi moi.
But not the same taste, not the same ingredients.
So yeah, but it's like actually making moi moi. So you can also use your plastic plates.
No.
You can't. It has to be specifically this leaf.
Either this leaf or banana leaf.
So you know what? This leaf actually is a very interesting leaf. Yeah.
What is it
It's
called?
actually called a miraculous plant.
Oh.
Yeah, it has a lot of amazing benefits that is really good for the liver, the kidney, and it also helps with diabetes.
Wow.
Yes, actually.
Nigerians
so
are very rich.
they call it soft cane.
Soft cane.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you're not calling it like the
learning new
miraculous
thing now.
plant, exactly right, you call it a
Miraculous
soft
plants.
cane.
It's better to call it a miraculous plant.
But it's better to call it a miraculous plant,
Yes.
right? So like I said earlier on, like I had a feeling that it would have a lot of nutritional benefits, and it actually really does.
We are blessed in this country.
We are,
Everything,
right?
but we don't know.
Yes, we don't know we are just taking this for granted anyhow. Yeah, and then we're actually working with a lot of, ingredients that have really
Nutritional
amazing
values.
nutritional benefits. I mean, let's talk about corn here. This one actually helps to reduce blood pressure, and then it's also really helpful. I remember when I was weaning my first baby, they stopped me with pap.
Yeah.
Because it's very good for lactating mothers,
Yes,
like if
very,
you're
very
breastfeeding,
good, yes.
really good.
The breast milk
like,
is not coming out. You have to take
you have
pap,
to
the
take
soft,
pap.
light
Hey,
one.
man. Trust me, you don't want to even have an idea. Like,
very
and then it
hot.
also helps the baby, like because of nutritional benefits. So like, we're working with a lot of really,
And
I'm
biscuit
loving,
bone.
and then biscuit
The
bone.
calcium inside.
Nice.
Very nice, yes.
Nice. If you're just joining us, people, we are making jollof agidi.
Agidi
It's in
jollof.
English, it's called jollof con jelos. Jealous, J with a J, yes. And so I'm pretty excited about today's meal. I don't know if you are.
I am.
You are, right?
Yes.
Great.
Because I love it as a kid.
So I can't wait to taste it because I've never tasted it as well, but I am so looking forward to it. Well, at this point, people, we have to go on a quick commercial break, people. Stay with us. There's so much more on the show. So much more.
I just went to whack something now. Okay, let's go. Sheep don't run with lion. Snake don't swim with monkey. Sheep don't run with
That's
lion.
the line.
That's what we
was
are.
crazy.
We're lions, man. We're lions,
Wow,
man.
really?
Sheep don't run with us, man. No, but we're not doing
And
that
snakes
one.
don't swing with us either. But are
We're
we
lions.
monkeys? Are we monkeys?
No, I didn't say anything now.
You're the one that said
I stopped
we
at
should
lion.
sing the song.
Sheep
Really?
don't run with
You
lion.
now gave me the monkey line.
No.
Ah,
We did it together.
man.
All right, man, how's your Monday going up? I know that it's going cool. Ours has been fantastic
Yes,
so
indeed.
far with all the wonderful music and the promise of God's blessings.
Great food in the kitchen is what he's talking about. Chef Ify.
Chef Ify, of course.
Is making things happen.
Making things happen with her sous chef.
guys.
How's it going there?
Hey guys.
Something smells good.
Yes, it does. It does. Chef Ify is about to, I don't know, like,
Look away.
She's
I'm
throwing down.
speechless.
Wow, speechless. Man, Chef Ify, it's only you and Michael Jackson that can do that thing.
Wow.
Make someone speechless.
Oh, wow.
Anyways,
Yeah.
let's
She
get
has-
straight.
She has the eye of the tiger right now. Yes, so.
Wow. Well,
It's a rocky something, throwing down, boxing bout in that kitchen. Yes, because I'm going for that food. My plate must be filled today.
anyways, let's good morning once again to you. I am Mike Messikeno.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinso. Now, another way you can watch us is to live stream with us. Please do. If you have to leave the house or you have to move around the house, just stream with us at tvcontinental.tv and on Facebook Live at TVC Connect. Please send in those comments. Our hashtag is a very special one. Yes.
It is.
Wake Up Nigeria on TVC.
TVC. Of course, you can watch us by downloading our app also. It's on Android and iOS stores. You can watch us anywhere around the world. But once you have internet connection, and also you can interact with us via the app.
Yes, indeed. On car maintenance, Yomi Bosude will be highlighting 7 things you should never do with your automatic transmission vehicle.
Wow, 7 things. Looking forward to that one.
7 long list though. Long list.
And then, wow, that don't is scary, man. Very don't. Well, on SME, Alan Ballard and Florence Falaye will be joining us from AFCA Printing House much later on the show. Let's talk to them about their experience on running an SME in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Printing.
You know, it can be challenging for the average person to run even a small business.
Oh,
when
it
you
is,
get
it
as
is.
big as a publishing firm.
It is.
Wow.
It is. My friend just came in from Egypt where he went for Nations Cup. And dude was like, so he just lands. I'm like, oh, I never knew I missed Nigeria like this.
Wow, okay.
Baba just gets home, bah. Inverter, ran down.
What popping machine?
No light.
His popping machine as well.
Popping machine, they had to switch, they had to do some plumbing.
Ew.
Gen, you know, now when for a while, when you've not used it, if you use a gen regularly, I do it for a while, it was like, come on, to go and the fights to start that gen. It was like, wow. He was reminisced about his hotel in Egypt and all of that. It is challenging. It is.
I don't know. So there has to be some easier way to make money. You know, like, why can't making money actually be simple? I mean, honest money be simple.
Well,
you know?
I see a lot
Even
of conversation.
Money is work.
It's not,
I see a lot of conversation about successful entrepreneurs, you know, insisting and basically breathing down people's necks to be entrepreneurs. You know, especially young people. The thing is, I was having a conversation with myself last night because, you know, I have a business I'm running. And because of, you know, there's been a lot going on, so I've not been able to really, focus on it. And then it came and I'm like, I'm not made to be an entrepreneur.
True, and it's good that you know.
That was that was the self-realization I came to, like, I am not fit to be an entrepreneur. So I'm not going to, you know, it's not for everybody, you know. So people should stop bringing up people's neck. Go and be an entrepreneur, go and be an entrepreneur.
So very true.
Many people take it for granted that entrepreneurship is not something that comes easy.
At all.
You must be ready to face losses. And facing the losses, for some people, it actually breaks them.
Yeah.
It's something that has destroyed a lot of people.
Yeah.
You also have to face the fact that you will pay bills you don't expect.
I'm telling you.
There's a colleague of mine who we do some business together. Like, she imports stuff. And you know that a Keke Marwa guy, a rider, lost her goods worth 180,000. On a normal day, she should go mad. But guess what? That's even the simplest. The shipping companies sometimes will tell you they can't find goods worth 800,000.
Very true.
So if you don't have that mental strength, forget it. That's why when people talk about let's do entrepreneurship, you don't know that you have to be an entrepreneur to support your salary. I'm like, I think it's time for them to talk to companies to pay people what they deserve.
Mary, and quickly, another thing is finding a trustworthy person
to manage your
business.
That's where the biggest problem is.
I
Maybe
think
some other day we'll
on that
take out
note,
some time.
we have to, you know, say a word of prayer for all entrepreneurs.
Somebody
it is well with your business.
Amen.
It is well with your business. We have to go to the museum. Hello and welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria, and if you know us very well, we have all of you at heart. We care about you so much. We care about you so much that we also care about your cars too. For all of you road users out there, there are probably a few things you thought you knew about your vehicle, especially when it comes to automatic transmission vehicles. We have the one and only Mr. Yomi Bosude here from Autocentric Garage. Garage to the stars. He's here to talk to us a bit about some things we should know about automatic vehicles. Yomi, it's always a pleasure having you.
Same here, ma'am.
I've been learning things, though. I used to take notes. I used to scribble some things whenever you're talking.
That's fine.
But so having an automatic car seems like, I thought it was just like a craze, you know, like a phase. People were just going to do automatic for a while and then maybe go back to stick shift. It felt like everybody thought it was fashion. But why do people use automatic vehicles as opposed to stick shift?
Well, number one, it's a lot convenient to use.
Okay.
Very convenient. I mean, you don't have to have the mental battle of, okay, and gear one, when do I shift, 2, 3, 4, downshifting, upshifting. No, with automatic drive, the gear selects itself, moves you, and you're relaxed, you're chilled, you can just have fun. However, there's the maintenance side of it.
Okay.
Which is not like the manual shift. With automatic, it has, of course, a transmission box that has fluid in it.
Okay, let me look look at that. So I need some education on
Oh
this.
yeah. So when you want to open your bonnet, remember to use the stand, the bonnet stand.
Okay.
Fit it in correctly so
Beautiful.
it stands. Yeah. So you
Yeah.
don't have to hold and do all of that.
Okay.
Then you need to locate where the automatic dipstick is.
All right. So you're saying that in a manual car, it wouldn't be in the same position.
It wouldn't even have a dipstick.
Oh,
for automatic
fantastic.
for
Okay.
for the fluid check.
I did not know that.
You see what I mean?
Go ahead.
So
go ahead.
of course you have the engine oil. One would say engine oil. The other would say AT oil or ATF.
Okay.
It's automatic transmission fluid.
Okay.
So you also once and of course you check in the morning. Then you bring it out, look at it. So there are three things you want to check. You want to check for color.
Okay.
You want to check for texture. You want to check for odor.
All right. So what color should the oil be?
It should be pinkish.
Oh wow.
Yes, it should be
So
pinkish
that is
red.
not really the right color it should be.
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
a bit brown, so it's due for replacement.
Okay.
Yes, but of course, then the texture is also good.
Okay.
Then, if you also need to check for smell, odor. If it
Oh.
has a foul odor, that means that transmission is on its way out.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So
All
you
right.
need to take note of that because.
And is every morning you have to check this?
No, not every morning.
Okay.
Not every
I
morning.
was worried about that.
No.
Because I'm like, I know I'm supposed to check the water levels,
Yes.
but also the ATF, no.
Yeah.
All right, so ATF means automatic
Transmission
transmission fluid.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the first thing I need to check.
Yes.
So what else do I need to know about my
You also
automatic
need to know that different models of cars use different models, types of transmission fluids.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not a one-size-fits-all transmission fluid. You have different grades, Dextron 2, 3, 4, and it goes on like that, for each vehicle type.
I guess, how can I get that information? Do I have to ask my mechanic, or does it come like in the manual of the car?
Yes, that's
Okay.
the best way, first way to check. Check in your owner's manual.
Okay.
If you don't find it there, check. Sometimes it's on the dipstick
Okay.
itself.
Okay.
If not, you would also can check online.
Okay.
Check
God for the
online.
internet.
Yeah, go online, and your mechanic can as well educate if there's educated as Autocentric Garage. So they will tell you the type to use for your vehicle.
Okay, makes sense, makes sense. So what's the next thing I need to look out for? Do we have to go into the vehicle for this one?
Oh yes, we're going.
All right.
Remember to drop your bonnet stand.
Okay. I actually would have forgotten that. I
Yeah,
have
you
to
need
say.
to drop it and
All
we're
right.
good to go.
So, I've noted that the automatic gearbox definitely looks a lot different from the manual gearbox.
It does.
Yeah.
So this is your automatic line.
Okay.
P for park, R for neutral, R for reverse, N for neutral, D for drive.
Okay.
So when you get your car started, it should be in park.
Okay.
Your car would not start in reverse or drive.
Okay. Hold on a second. So take it one more time. Obviously, the car won't start in park.
And it won't start
in reverse
or drive.
Okay, or drive.
Yes.
Fantastic. So it has to be in park.
It has to be in park.
All right. So have people actually tried to start their car in reverse before?
Yes,
Goodness me.
it wasn't a very conscious move because I've had to deal with such an issue. And she called, my car won't start, my car won't start. I'm like, okay, what position is your gear lever in?
Okay.
Then she said it's in drive. And I'm like, it won't start in drive.
Okay.
You need to put it in park
Okay.
or neutral, but the
Okay.
proper position should be in park.
Okay.
Then you start your car.
Beautiful. All right then.
So moving on from there, right? So I've noticed that some people are in the habit from switch, maybe they're in motion, they're in drive, they're trying to come to a halt and they switch it to P before the car grinds to a halt.
Oh.
It's bad habit.
Oh, okay.
You shouldn't do that. Never do that.
So you should wait for the vehicle to stop.
Yeah, come to a full halt, then put it in park. That's you've gone to your destination, you want to park. Because your park is for parking, not for stopping the vehicle. You have your brakes for stopping the vehicle.
Okay,
All right?
fantastic.
So that's what it's for. So if you do that, you're going to ruin your gearbox.
Okay.
And it's going to cost you a whole lot.
All right then. And this is for all types of vehicles?
All types of vehicles.
Okay, all right.
You must make your car come to a full halt, then you engage and move to park.
All right.
That's one. Number two is people, they're reversing, and from your reverse, they now move to drive immediately without coming to a halt to another bad practice.
Okay, so if I'm in reverse,
Yeah.
I should halt,
Yes.
right, before.
You switch to D.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Or
Okay.
maybe your parking space. Just don't switch real fast like that. You're going to damage components in the gearbox, and it's going
Okay.
to cost you a whole lot as well.
All right. Wow, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right. So let me see if I can remember it. So wait, when your vehicle is in a complete halt,
Yes.
right, it should be in park.
Yeah.
And before you can start the car, it should be in park.
Yes,
right?
it should be.
Now, if you are reversing, right, and you've been in reverse and you're about to move forward, you should wait for the car to come to a complete stop before switching gears back to drive. Beautiful. Okay,
Absolutely.
I've learned something today.
Yeah, so that's not all. Another thing you also need to learn is when you're in traffic, yes, you need to leave your car in drive while you hold on to your brake pedal.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
It's better your car is in D than always having to go back to park and bring it back to drive.
Okay.
Yes.
But why is that?
So you don't lose the pressure you've built in the transmission, and you really don't save fuel by moving to neutral or park.
I've heard that thing before, like, oh, I'm saving fuel, I have to put it in,
You
because
really don't have to do that.
I've even also heard that you save fuel when you turn off the engine. But I also heard that when you turn on the engine sucks in more fuel.
Yes, because it has to start again from the beginning.
Okay, beautiful.
So you
Beautiful.
really don't have to do that.
All right. Okay, so hopefully we've been able to connect with people out there who are driving automatic vehicles. But you're saying that people with manual vehicles don't have to go through this entire process.
No, with the manual shift, you just your clutch.
All right.
You need to do,
All right.
and know when to switch from gear 1, 2, and
And
like
three.
that.
You know what, Yomi? There's still so much for us to learn from you. We'll be expecting you again next week. But we have quite a lot still happening on the show today. Wake Up Nigeria continues. Back to you in the studio.
Great one, Titi, there. That was quite a wonderful expose. I really did learn something there. Our SME segment this Monday morning, we have featured on the show AFCA Printing and Publishing Company Limited, which is a business into the printing of cards, brochures, and anything that concerns ink on paper. My guests this morning are Alan Ballard, who is the CEO and joined the business from Oxford, England, to grow the business from 1 printing outfit to 3. And also Florence Adesola Falaye. It's great to have you. It's great to have you. You are welcome. You're welcome. So I know generally we think of printing, ink on paper and all of that, but let's talk about what the whole business, AFCA Printing, what is it all about? What is the operation? What are you involved in as a company? Any of you, and both of you.
Let my handy start.
Okay, all right, let's go.
Good morning, and thank you for inviting us here
It's
today.
great to have you. It's great to have you.
Talk about our business and the printing trade in general. Well, AFCA Printing, we're a commercial printing company. We started in 2010, and as you quite rightly said, at that stage we only had the 1 press, and that's when I joined. I come along in April 2012, invited by my chairman to a meeting in London, and from there a more formal meeting in Lagos, where I was surrounded by the board of directors and in their native attire, and they frightened me to death. And the one person who I knew well, the chairman, was busy on his phone, and after about half an hour of this, I was sort of looking for a way out. And
was that some sort of an interview or something?
Yes, this was the formal interview.
Okay, all right.
And from there, I was looking at the chairman, and finally he looked up and said, "Okay, then when are you going to start?" So what he was looking at on his phone was his calendar. So from April 2012, off we went, and I got myself busy, and the welcome I got received from not only Dr. Shola Fowler, but also other members of the staff was fantastic, and I've loved every minute of it, and we're still going strong.
Wonderful. Now, he mentioned, of course, it started from 1 printing, 1 press. What exactly is a printing press machine? So that's why I said I want to understand the operational systems of AFCA Printing. What is involved? What is involved in it?
Okay, thank you. I must start by saying that AFCA Printing and Publishing Company Limited is a unique printing company set up in Lagos, Nigeria. The aim of the investors is to bring to Nigeria the quality, the brand, and the technology that you can find anywhere in the world.
Wow.
And so the standard of AFCA is international. And the company is lucky as well to have experts led by Alan Ballard.
Right.
I deputize for him.
Right.
We have other senior managers, and we have the entire members of staff is an expert in his or her own area of specification. That is the #1
goodness that has come to Nigeria through Hafcare. Now, printing technology, we have different brands, we have different technologies, we have different printing equipments. In Hafcare, we try to make it a one-stop shop.
So that means I can also design what I want in Hafcare
yes.
too?
It starts from the pre-press, where you get the design made. What we do at Hafcare is we sit down. The normal printing we all know is that you tell your printer, print this for me. I want it 2 days later. And you get it, you don't like it, you return it. But in Hafcare, we make it a project with you. We start from the beginning. Even if you have your concept, even if you have your artwork, we still sit down with you, talk to you about it, because every printing is a story. You know, we want to...
I like this. Let's just hold there. Every printing is a story. We'll pick up from there. We'll just take a very short break now. Don't go anywhere. We're enjoying the story this morning. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Now remember where we picked off, or where we dropped off, a story. Every print or every job is a story. That's why you said, and you want, and Hafcare wants to be a part of that story.
Yes.
So let's.
We want to be a part of your story, your brand, your business. We partner with you. We help you grow your business as we grow ours as well. So we start from the pre-press, the graphics design. We either start your design from the beginning to the end, or we work on your file.
Okay, your file.
Your file, you bring it, we work on it. Our pre-press is one of our major assets.
Okay.
After working on it, we have what we call CTP, computer to plate.
Okay.
We have high resolution computer to plate, where we turn your file into a plate. It is that plate that we take to the printing press now.
Okay.
You know.
And then it brings up.
Yes.
Wonderful. Now, Alan, there's something I want to ask now. You have done this in Europe. And you're doing this now in Nigeria, in Africa. Let's juxtapose, compare and contrast. How is it like running a printing press in Europe, and what is it like running it down here in Africa and Nigeria?
Well, all I would say is that having the experience I've had of 30, 40 years in the printing trade,
that's really
there is not that dramatically difference. I'll come to that a bit later, but the first thing I always find with any business is that you've got to build up the trust, not only of your staff, but also your clientele.
Trust, number one. I like that, trust. That's a very, very important part of building a business.
Indeed, And to do that, I started off by sitting down with all the members of my staff on a one-to-one basis, and gradually got to know them better. They got to know me better, and we were building up the trust. And from there, we sat down with the heads of departments and the managers, and we set up what we call our works procedures. And from that, we annually look at those procedures that we've set up, and that has become our quality control. And what we've headed for right from that first day in April 12 was to achieve international standards.
International standards.
That was one of my remits when I...
So is the standard now, is it comparable to anything you get around the world anyway?
Absolutely, yeah.
Wow.
I would say we're renowned now for our standard and our quality. And a lot of that boils down to the fact that we've got full in-house finishing, brought in lots of different machines, mainly from Europe. To go along with the Heidelberg presses, which now we've got 3 Heidelberg presses straight from their showroom. And therefore, the standard, as long as you keep policing your procedures and work to those procedures, your staff enjoy their work and they become accountable.
Now, you mentioned something about talking about the challenges here. What are those peculiar challenges that you've had to face doing business here in Nigeria?
Well, I suppose the big challenges of Nigeria are pretty well broadcast, you know, the infrastructure, power those sorts of things.
And how do you overcome those challenges?
But the biggest one, really, from my point of view, and which leads to the difference between running in Europe and Nigeria, is the bureaucracy, really. We rely on raw materials coming in to the country that are not available here at the moment.
Okay.
Perhaps in the future they will be.
Okay.
But things like Shola was talking about, like our printing plates. They have to come in from Europe. Paper is obviously an import. And the biggest problem we got is the bureaucracy and the duty that is imposed on it. Now, we're not alone in petitioning the FG for this to change. If it leads on to the fact that out of all the education books that are printed and used or should I say are used in Nigeria, our research tells us that 90% plus are actually printed outside of the country, which is a sad indictment.
It is.
And even commercial printing, a third of that sort of work is also printed outside of our country. So it's getting those raw materials is that big challenge that you talked about.
I like what you just said. No, something you just mentioned outside of our country. He's one of us. Wonderful, wonderful. Now, you mentioned something. You mentioned trust. What else? What other principles have you used to build Africa Printing to what it is at this point? Trust, very important. Trust with employees, trust with the customers and all of that. What other principles have you used in Africa Printing?
In Africa, we don't compromise on our integrity.
Okay.
It matters a lot. We say at Africa that it is either black or white. There is no middle point.
There's no gray area.
There is no gray area.
Gray.
Except, you know.
Yeah.
And yes, and also welfare matters to us. Welfare of staff.
Okay.
And welfare of even our client. In Africa, from the gate back to the gate, you are treated as a king or a queen. We, like a bank, it says one customer bank. In Africa, we treat you like you're coming in for the first time, even if you've been with us since the beginning.
Wonderful. I like that.
And also, we train. In-house training is important to us. When you come to work in healthcare, even after 3 months, you become a better person. So we pass on the knowledge. We pass on the information. I am a lawyer, but I'm sure you can feel my expertise now.
Exactly.
So by the time you come into Africa with one knowledge, you are living with about 6, 7 area of expertise. And of course, you are better for it.
Wonderful.
So it's a unique place to be for staff, for clients. And
wonderful. Now, Alan, there's something you mentioned. You mentioned 90% of the jobs, printing jobs, are done outside the country, which is quite a damning statistic there. But let's look at it. So your clientele, your customer base, who are the people? What is your target market? Seeing now we have this 90%, what are they made of, and how are you? What's your target market?
Well, the 90% is the books, the education books from the federal government.
Okay.
The 30% of commercial work goes out. It's a thing I came across when I first arrived here that people just didn't expect printers in Nigeria to be able to achieve the same quality of people in, say, Europe, Dubai, Singapore, India. You name it. These are the countries that are sort of infiltrating our work. Therefore, you know, one of my biggest themes is for it to be Nigeria first. And I'm a member of the BBG Business Group.
What's the BBG? Okay.
British Business Group.
Okay, all right.
And we try to establish work between each other. And I think that Nigeria should be doing the same, where they look for Nigeria first before they start to go out of the country. And it's those people, those print buyers that I'd like to invite along to us and contact Africa and just come and see what quality we are actually printing here and see if it's not equal to them, to what they're getting at the moment, it will even be better. I assure you of that.
I like that. We'll just have to round up with this very fast. Long-term and short-term goals. What are the long-term and short-term goals of Africa Printing?
Okay, the short-term goal, one of the short-term goals is to keep going strong, to keep improving every day, and to keep bringing the latest technology to Nigeria.
Wonderful.
That's a short and a long term.
We've introduced digital printing now as well as our litho presses, and that is the short-term future. And going further, we intend to extend our building and add even more, which will give more business opportunities and more employment opportunities to Nigeria.
Thank you. I like
our
that.
country.
I like that. Wonderful. That's the aim of SMEs there, getting out, spreading, and ensuring that, of course, can help in the unemployment. Thank you so much, Alan and Florence. It was great having you guys. But we have something for you. We have something local this morning in the kitchen. I know what's your favorite Nigerian food?
My favourite Nigerian food, fish and chips.
Oh. No, that's not Nigeria. Except the fish. Yes, we have some local delicacy.
Nigerian jollof rice.
You love jollof rice. You love jollof, right?
I love jollof rice.
Okay, so in the kitchen, we'll have something for you to try out this morning. Let's head there.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so Titi. Okay, this way, Florence. Florence,
okay,
this way.
Thank you.
Okay.
Welcome,
Let's go.
Thank you.
Take a seat.
This way. Take a seat, Alan.
Yeah.
It's great to have you. He's a gentleman.
He is a gentleman. He's
Great to have you, Alan.
All right, he's going to have
have a
good
seat,
morning.
Alan. Have a seat here.
Yes.
Wow. Have a seat here.
Welcome to the kitchen, lady and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Welcome, ma'am.
All right, so this is Chef Ife.
Yes.
Yes. And I know Mr. Alan isn't used to this. This is our local delicacy.
It looks good to me.
And it's called jollof agidi. Yes. So agidi in English means corn jellos. That's what it is.
Thank
Yes.
So it's like a jelloed version of corn. Corn, exactly. Yes.
Yes.
So it's been
blended
steamed.
corn.
Steamed, right?
And in there you have biscuit bone as well. Yeah.
Wow.
So Chef, if you quickly tell us how you made it, and then
Okay, tell us.
go ahead.
Okay, just our cornstarch, you dissolve and then cook with your pepper sauce, mix everything together with the biscuit bone in it.
All right. So
And
please,
that's it.
sorry, the cutlery is under the leaves.
So,
Please have a
try.
taste, ma'am. Please have a taste, ma'am. All right, yes, that's. Okay, you use this. Yes, yes, ma'am.
And while they do that,
Not too spicy. Not too spicy.
Wonderful.
We did look out for that.
Yep.
Thank
Wonderful.
you very much.
Thank you. A big shout out, of
nice.
course, to Homely NG for the kitchen accessories.
Yes,
and of
indeed.
course, to all our guests, Alan, Florence,
Yeah,
everyone that came at
thank
performances.
you.
Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for inspiring people. SME. Yeah, that's it.
It's
Thank
been an amazing start to an amazing week for everyone. It is our 2nd anniversary week. Look out for
Yay!
great giveaways that are coming your way. Keep our hashtag handy, Wake Up Nigeria on TVC, and look out for our social media updates on how you can win great things. From all of us here on Wake Up Nigeria,
See you tomorrow.
Bye.